Hello guys, every good name is taken here and welcome to another video. Today I have a very special video for you. As you can see, we're gonna play the A-20 against every single tier 10 tank, and we're gonna do that with the HE. As you know, it's way too strong, even has higher HE penetration than the Death Star, as you may probably be aware of. And how are we going to do this? First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the guys that helped me out in the training room. Here to name are Unexpected, Edge, Haloli, and Mitzi. Big shout out to all of you four guys for helping me making this video possible. Because, of course, not everyone has every tank, so I needed to search for some guys that could help me out here, and those were those four. The way we are going to be doing this is by classes. First of all, we are going to be starting with the first and only tier 10 light tank, which is the Batchat. Then we're going to move on to the medium tanks, then the TDs, and for the very special end to the heavies. And I have to say I was really surprised by this outcome. I did not expect it, and as you may know, the hardest to penetrate are going to be the least tanks in this list. So if you're maybe just here for those, skip till the end, because there we are going to show if an A-20 can penetrate all three German super heavies, the VKK, E100 and the Maus, and if so, how. But without further ado, let's get back into the video. So starting with the Batchat, as you might know, it's very easy to be penetrated, even in the front, as you can see, also in the side and in the rear. So not a lot of surprise here, maybe just that you can actually pen it in the front, which I didn't expect, but it's possible, as you can see. And let's move on to the next one. The next one is upcoming, sorry, it's the 30B, and front not pennable, as you were able to see. The sides and rear are though. Also nothing much here really to say, I was expecting it. The M60, another interesting tank. The sides are kinda pennable. Sometimes if you not hit correctly you could bounce or not penetrate, and the back also is pennable, even the turret. Onto the T62A, I was quite surprised. You can pen the side armor of that, and the front not, again, usually you can't for most of the tanks, but there are some, which you will see later on. And again, the back is pennable with HE. And now let's move on to the Chinese competitor, so to say, the 121, similar tank. Armor, well, not really there. Side pennable, back was pennable, even the back turret was pennable, which was quite surprising for me. But also here, not surprising. And let's move on to the Leo, one of my favorite tier 10s at the moment. Also very easy to penetrate, and really nothing else to say. It's a Leo, what are you expecting? The 121B was like the 121, same parts where you can penetrate the side between the tracks, or the upper hull I think also is pennable, and the back turret and the back as well. The E50M was a bit trickier. Well, that's what I thought. The side armor easily pennable, even the turret, and the back as well. Onto the STB, here is the very big surprise. You can actually penetrate that thing in the front. And this is something I'm going to remember when facing an STB. You just have to shoot above the tracks on that sort of light thing, where normally light would come out. And that is achievable. I didn't know that, but of course only if you have enough penetration to do so. Next one, also I was quite worried about this one, the T22 medium. Side, not pennable at all. Well, if you notice, I'm not gonna talk about the front. For many tanks it's not even worth mentioning. And so, because the side was not pennable and the back neither, I just asked to wedge up the hill a bit, and we were able to penetrate it, which is what we're going to do further on in this video. Onto the M48 pattern, also here side pennable, back pennable, both the back and the turret I think. Up to the other Russian T10 medium, the 140. Here, well, side armor panel, same as the T62A, also the back and the back of the turret. Really no surprise here again. And let's move on to our last medium. It's the British one, the FV4202. And also here I thought side armor should be pretty simple, because you can even do that with other TDs that have less penetration than the A-20. Sounds funny, but it is true. And the back again, panable, nothing really hard here. And let's move on to the TDs. So now that we are done talking about the TD, the mediums, let's go to the TDs and immediately start with the new Chinese. And as you can see, also easily panable, not even needing the side, just the slight angle, and I'm going to be penetrating it. After that, we are going to have a look at the E3, the Tier 10 American turretless tank destroyer. Also here we can pen him in the side, and surprisingly enough, we don't even need to shoot that engine part, we can shoot above it and penetrate. Now to the E4, the brother of the E3 with the turret. Also here, side armor, panable, no issue at all. But here, interestingly enough, we don't even need to shoot above the engine, we can even shoot the cupola to penetrate. After the Americans, let's go to the 183, and I immediately, when driving through it, saw that one little spot, which I immediately wanted to take advantage of, and it absolutely worked out amazingly well. And yeah, we don't even need to shoot the side. Onto the 268, we have only the back to penetrate, and if you try to shoot above it in the back, the superstructure, you're actually going to set it on fire. At least that happened for me, as you can see. The 263, well, the side armor, I didn't expect that to happen, but it really struggles. And yeah, keep that in mind shooting a 263. You can HE the side. Then we got the French Tier 10 TD, which is the Foch, and also as the other French tanks already, it failed in the side. And in the back, of course. So nothing more to talk about here. And now to the tank that got no surprises, the Tier 10 German paper TD, the Grill 15. Easy to pen in the front, in the side, and in the rear. And now let's get to the highlight of the TDs. And this one took me really a long time. So we figured, as we did with the T22 medium, we should wedge up one of the tanks and shoot on the engine deck. And that's basically what we did, and driving up I was able to actually see it and penetrate. Really took a lot of time there, working out the angles with edge. You're only seeing a short clip here, but it was not easy, folks. And this was for the TDs, and now let's go to the heavy. So, onto the mediums, the heavies I mean. We are having the 50B, also another Frenchie, easy to penetrate in the side and in the rear, both in the turret and the hull. So nothing else to talk about here. Let's move on to the second, which is the 113. Really surprised here to see that you can penetrate actually the back of the turret. But it's the same with the 121 and the 121B. You can pen the sides and the back, the turret and the hull. So yeah, let's go to the first British T10, the FV215B. We found this little spot over here and shot it because why don't try it, right? So we penetrated easily, and then we just look to penetrate the back, and now the FV is done. Let's get back or further to his brother, the Chieftain, the Tier 10 Premium, where you can actually pen the side of the turret with HE. That's incredible, and very good information for tournaments or such. If you see one of these, try an HE in the side of the turret if you see it. And of course the back and the sides, pennable. Onto the E5, the American version of the heavy mediums. Here also between the tracks you need to aim so you don't hit any of these wheels to penetrate. Then you have of course the sidebar above, which is basically there for every American tank to penetrate with HE if you can hit it, and the back of the tank as well, turret and hull. Onto the T110E, no, the T95E6, sorry. Side armor, same as with the Americans, and also the back. Very poor armor, easy to penetrate with the HE for the A-20. And not a surprise here. Now onto the IS-4, one of the harder ones. But once I got to the back, I saw this little spot that you might be seeing right there, and I tried to penetrate, but I couldn't quite manage to hit it, and so I was just trying to get an angle to get my gun down, but I couldn't. So we were going to wedge up the tank against the wall with the T-22. We did the same, and now the part of the tank with the IS-4 is easily being penetrated, and also the turret is possible, which was very surprising to me. Onto the other Russian heavy, we have the IS-7, and actually this was way easy to find a spot. Look, just behind the back. Of course you need to be close enough to actually shoot down on it to have a good angle, and so we did, got close, and we penetrated, and that's really the only spot you can actually penetrate on this tank. Not in the side, not in the rear, and it shouldn't be like that. Onto the T-57 heavy, same as the other Americans that we had. The side, the bar above the tank, over the tracks, and also here rear is penetrable in the back only though, not like in the with the E5 where you could shoot the turret, only the back. And now onto the first German heavy, and here it was really hard, and I'm gonna show you the full search of this, because myself and Edge, it took a long time to figure this out, because as you can see I saw this spot that went grey here and there when he was wiggling, and we were in voice chat as the time of the recording, and I told him he needs to wiggle back and forth for me in order to hit that spot, but we just couldn't manage it, and it was a real struggle. I don't know why we failed that hard. I would like to know, but as you can see, it's always these small parts where it gets grey, and you can't really take advantage of them because you really have to time it perfectly in order to hit those. But then we realized, why don't you get up the hill with your back, like we did with the Jaegeru, like we did with the T-22 medium, like we did with the IS-4. Here it's gonna happen the same, it just takes a bit longer for us to figure out. I actually tried hitting it once there, not really working, and we were just trying to reposition really to find an angle, and actually I just spoiled you what is happening, but there you can see the move. I was able to see the grey spot, and I'm going to penetrate, and this was one of the longest to find. And yeah, let's get to the E100. This was easier, as you can see. We just hopped to mines, got the engine neck because that's all we can penetrate, though it took some time to set up because the A-20 doesn't really have a lot of gun depression, which you also need to remember. And we just set the E100 on fire. Amazing stuff over there. And now let's get to the hardest part of this whole replay or video. The one, the almighty, the mouse. And actually I'm going to show you the whole replay of us trying. So we had one game before in the training room trying on mines, but we just could not find an angle or a spot or anything. And then I figured, what if we shoot it down into the mouse? Maybe there it has less armor. So I was thinking about a map where the mouse doesn't have to drive a lot for a bridge like this. And so we took Canal. This was our first go in Canal, by the way. But because the mouse was the hardest to get, or well, not, it was just really hard. And that's why I want to have it as the last. And as you can see, I can't even get my cursor to the mouse anymore to even check if it would be grey or not. We were just really trying our hardest here. We had a full room go of 7 minutes, not being able to do anything. and now we're really just trying to find one spot to make it so that we were able to penetrate every tier 10, which is what we did until now. And really guys, you need to tell me, what did you expect? Which tanks maybe you thought we would never be able to penetrate, or maybe which did you completely agreed with, or what did you think of our methods that we used in order to penetrate them? Because of course, yes, you could say under normal circumstances you're not gonna find these, but we tried anyway. And now I was figuring, hey, maybe if he just goes slightly above, I can actually see him, but I didn't got his hitbox because of that stupid bridge. And so he's going a bit further, slightly, moment by moment, to see if we have the chance, and even if I just see that it is grey. That's all I wanted for the video. Maybe not even hit it in the right time, I just wanted to see it. That was all I was asking for. And so he was slowly always going. I was wedging up my tank to see if I can gain gun depression in any way, but I just couldn't. And as you can see, he's coming even closer now. And I'm soon going to drive a bit backwards, I think. Or no, he's coming. And now I'm driving back. And as you can see, it is grey. And then I just said, jump down that bridge and let me penetrate you. And that's what we did. We penetrated this mouse with an A-20 with HG. And it was just amazing to make this video. As I said, big shout out to the 4 guys that helped me setting up all of this. Without you I couldn't have done it, especially Meetsy, because of these tier 10 premiums. I didn't really know anyone that had time to help me recording these, and since he had a press account we could do it. And for the final we let the jump mouse because we gotta have a good final here, right guys? So this was basically it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know what you thought about this video, because I'm actually considering to do it of all the tiers, not just tier 10. But yeah, that will have to wait until this video gets online, and I really hope you're going to enjoy this, because it took me a lot of effort to cut these things together perfectly, to set up everything. A lot of work went into this, and I would really appreciate maybe just a short comment to see that you guys enjoyed this video. And with that said and out of the way, thank you all so much for watching until the end, and see you all again in the next video. Bye bye.